My sons lead our armies to Jerusalem in what will no doubt be a glorious victory, and yet I worry for them. Sometimes I remember them as they were when they were boys, playing and being knights in the halls of the castle in Salerno. I am sure they will be all right, that God will protect them, and yet still I worry. Perhaps a drink will calm my nerves. Hello Wanderers, and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following House Drengot. And as we return to this episode, we find ourselves in the midst of a losing crusade. Indeed, the Pope called the holy armies of Christendom to take back Jerusalem for the faith. And yet, the first two major battles of the campaign were both in fact losses. The question is, can the forces of the West come back from this defeat, this setback? That remains to be determined, but we shall certainly do our best to assist with that cause. Now, as you can see, both of our sons are in this crusade. Prince Tancred is leading the army. He is, in fact, a legendary blade master. Despite his cowardice, he has somehow persevered through and become one of the most skilled swordsmen in the world. In fact, if we sort through all the characters, we will see that Prince Tancred is a number 7 in the entire world of the most skilled warriors. So that is pretty impressive. He would be no doubt be even more impressive if he didn't have that inkling of cowardice at the back of his mind. But somehow he manages to fight through. And even Prince Gilbert has as well proven himself as a capable warrior and has fought in the army, earning himself the title of Crusader, though he did lose an eye in the war in Spain. So we do have to choose a beneficiary just in case things actually do end up turning around and going in our favor. And we will indeed be selecting Constance Drengot, the wife of Gilbert, as our beneficiary. There aren't really that many other choices here. Ricardo Drengot is a descendant of the spurned and exiled line of Bartholomew. So we definitely will not be choosing him. He wouldn't be a very good one anyways. And the other options are not significantly better. So we will select Constance, and perhaps this will bring these lands within the Drengot family if we are successful. We do have the numbers advantage, but those two battles really ended up hurting us quite a bit. I just want to take care of these last couple things. We will get some ransoms for these prisoners here, and that should help fund the war. We may need to get some more mercenaries after some point here. Do have a minor event. What is this? It looks like a few of us are having a little discussion here. Actually, looks like Tancred's been putting on a little punch in these last few days. Lately, I can't help but notice the gaggles of giggling maidens and unusually austere warriors gathering in dark alcoves to listen enraptured to a book. Today I have finally cornered Ontario with the book in his hands. It is clearly a licentious text, filled to the brim with sensuous temptations, earthly seductions, and supple bosoms. I am silent while I ponder the probable reaction of Archbishop Gaetano, and Ontario stares at me in apprehension. Oh, juicy. Apparently, we could gain some fertility, or we could make it disappear and pretend we saw nothing. You know what? No, I think Tancred would probably be like, kind of intrigued by this, in fact. So let us take a gander at this here book. We can hold court, but I think we'll wait until the end of the Crusade before we hold court. So let's let time go here. We do have the armies of the... Okay, looks like we might get into another battle here. And hopefully this time we can actually win it. I think that we might have the advantage here. And finally, the battle is going in our favor. I was a little bit worried when we stopped to face that battle, but it seems it was the right decision. We will end up getting a victory here, it does seem. Greetings, King Tancred. I've prowled through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance. He has found us the right to claim the Bishopric of Genoa. Very well, let's do it. We won't be able to do anything with that for a little while, but that may be part of our later plans. All right, so indeed the battle did end up turning towards our favor here, and let us take a look and see what we have. Well, Prince Tancred was obviously the greatest warrior in that battle, him and his personal retinue, killing over 100 men themselves. Kenlachen, Gilbert even, very well done. Many injuries, but no major losses of knights on our side, but several killed on theirs. Sheikh Talib, several prisoners taken, Abdul Rahman, and a prince taken prisoner. Indeed, as you can see, quite a few, and Emir Faiz did manage to escape. So altogether, that was a pretty good battle. I think what we're gonna do is start some sieges. So we shall probably head here, maybe to Acre, and start the siege here. We are leading it, so that should raise our war score a little bit in the eyes of the Crusade. We are ranked first in the contributions, so that's pretty useful. So let us see how the rest of this crusade goes. Looks like the armies are spreading out and beginning the sieges, gathering up more forces. So after those initial 2 losses, things do seem to be starting to turn back in the Crusaders' favor. Sardinian bureaucracy generally trundles forward under its own momentum, but once in a blue moon, an issue without a clear solution rears its ugly head. Today it is Otavia, the mayor of Maratea, and Herlev, the mayor of Loredo, who have been butting heads. My mind spins with petty details, and soon it becomes clear neither party is in the right, and only one will leave here satisfied. I think we want to have the county of Salerno in our favor here. So that is what we are going to do. We will side with the mayor in Salerno. We can unlock another perk, and we shall continue down the architect tree. So that is that. So let's just let these sieges tick down a little bit while we see what this inspired person is all about. Someone wants to forge a goblet. Well, I mean, it's Tancred, right? I think he could probably find a use for a nice goblet. I have no doubt that he'll find some way to put that to good use there. So let's let the siege roll on here, and there we go. Acre is taken, and let's try to move in here. Okay, looks like a fight's looks like a fight was about to happen, but it's all right. Let's join in the fight here, and this one looks like it will end with a significant victory for the Crusader forces. And we should probably continue with the sieges if we can. I'd like to lead a siege, so I'm probably going to head here to Gaza. That way we should be able to be the leader of this siege. It'll put us in a little bit of a precarious position, but hopefully the rest of the Crusaders will come to our aid if we do get attacked. So the war is turning 60% here in our favor, and we're ranked second right now. So let's see how things pan out once the sieges are done. Inspiration, a wife's touch. I spot my wife Sybil chattering excitedly in Sidika, or to Sidika, listing ideas and suggestions for her goblet. My metalsmith is barely concealing her contempt, clearly annoyed at my spouse's interference. I mean, she's probably drunk. Our wife is. And as you are forging the goblet, she goes on, slurring her words, it may as well match my grandmother's old goblet. Part of Sidika's soul seems to be dying. Oh dear. Listen, well, Sidika, my wife must be heard, or come darling, let's leave it to the experts. Absolutely unacceptable. Sybil bursts into my chambers, her face red with anger, yelling loud enough for the entire castle to hear her. Sidika has just insulted my honor. I demand that you cast that loathsome doxy from our court. She's just still mad about the whole goblet thing. I think you're overreacting a bit, dear. And for those who are watching, a little bit of advice. Never choose this option in real life. You look tired, my lord, my jester Kenlocken says. I know a cure for that. It's called Riddle Poems. What do you say? Shall I start reading? Kenlocken beckons me to sit down. It is an amusing text. I really need this break. He even does voices for the different characters. Well, that sounds pretty nice. Maybe he has a future in Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series. And here come the armies of the enemies here. Hopefully our guys will come in. Nope, they're all abandoning us. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they aren't abandoning us. Well, whew, good thing. My lord, look at that metal. I've never seen such fine quality before. My beneficiary Sidika breaks away from our market procession to accost the merchant selling the coveted item, ecstatic over her find. With this, my project would reach new heights. I could create something truly marvelous. Please, my king, bestow this gift upon me. Oh, that's a lot of money. Of course, but surely we can get a fair price. A guard sees what Sidika needs. You know what? Let's try to get a decent price. We could not, so we ended up paying the full price. This better be a good goblet. We're gonna have to drink a lot out of this in order to make it worth it. And this could be a pretty impressive fight here, as Tancred was able to hold on long enough with the Sardinian forces to get the victory here. Very impressive, Tancred. Very impressive indeed. The Battle of Gaza. As you can see, Tancred fought well, as did Gilbert. And a few enemies slain, such as Sheikh Hashmadin. And some were imprisoned, and many more were slain. So here goes the siege as well. My beneficiary approaches me with a thoughtful expression. Is there anyone special to you, my lord? She must read my irritation at such a personal question from my face, because she continues. I mean, is there anyone you wish to dedicate your commissioned artifact to? It is turning out well, but a meaningful inscription would make it feel even more personal. You know what? Perhaps we can, win over our wife by dedicating this fine goblet to her. She can drink from it as well. There we go. That one was a little bit more of a sure thing. Just a little minor skirmish there. And this siege should be a pretty significant one overall. Blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange smelling concoctions. This is evidence. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Logaduro as proof that Marcusa has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their poor harvest and are calling for her execution. Well, that is pretty unfortunate. I do believe that with the current state of the world, the crusade going on, we would probably take the accusations pretty seriously. And I think that in the fervor of the religious kind of atmosphere that's been going on, we will have to burn the witch. She was probably not expecting that. And with that, we have in fact turned the crusade around, and, well, that leaves us, rank number 2 overall in the crusade. So let's see how this turns out. And that the crusade really didn't look good at the start, but it certainly changed towards the end there. We won the war led by Pope Martinus against Sultan Az-Zahir ibn al-Mustansir. And the kingdom of Jerusalem is divided. Money is spent. We earned 900 gold, plenty of prestige, plenty of piety. And Constance is now the Duchess of Outre-Jourdain. So be it. Let us take a look at that. St. George has granted King Uhtred a victory in the crusade for Jerusalem. After defeating Sultan Az-Zahir and his heathen warriors on several occasions, our warriors forced the enemies of the faith to admit their ignominious defeat. With the occupied lands firmly under the leadership of a pious Catholic ruler, we can rest assured that the divine will of St. George has been enacted. This is a glorious day for all true followers of the cross. So let us disband our armies. And what does that mean? Well, Jerusalem's still just a small little territory, but Constance does have herself a couple counties now, which shall pass on to the children of her and Gilbert. So perhaps that will fall into our realm at some point, or perhaps Gilbert will eventually move his line over here into the Holy Land. Could lead to some interesting things in the future of the playthrough. Who else do we have? King Uhtred's schooly son. He is, one of the Godwinsons. Strong Crusader king, pretty well done there. Let's see if he ends up surviving. And a few other various small rulers managed to get some claims there as well. But the most powerful secondary ruler in the realm of Jerusalem is indeed Constance. So that'll give actually the Kingdom of Sardinia a lot of influence there as well. And that should be good. So I would like Too Far Away to interact with. That seems odd, but so be it, I suppose. I would have liked to perhaps get a marriage there, but doesn't seem like that will be possible. So be it. Let's get rid of some of these things here. Oh, we could found another holy order. I do like that idea. I mean, we were very influential in the Crusade. Both of our sons were some of the greatest warriors, the greatest leaders in that Crusade, making a name for the Drengot family. In fact, even though we did not end up becoming the rulers of Jerusalem itself, I imagine that the Drengot family did probably have one of the most important parts of that crusade. Let's choose the city of Galtelli. So we can found the Holy Order. We have founded the Knights Hospitaller. And that's pretty cool. We shall no doubt use them when we go to war with the Iberian rulers once again. But first, we must hold court after our glorious victory in battle. Let us hear the petitioners. Bring them in. A peasant steps forward carrying a petition. My liege, I come to you as a representative of the Sardinians from the city of Isili. The peasant briefly pauses her rehearsed speech. Our plea to see an important monument of our culture restored was ignored by the mayor. He is actively hindering us from rebuilding. This is obviously a very deep-voiced woman here speaking. My liege, allow me to explain, Luigi interjects in a panic. This monument makes a mockery of our culture. It depicts Seculo-Normans as monsters. Surely you can see why I would oppose the restoration of such a hateful monument. You dare make a mockery of my people? Oh dear. Or we could give formal approval for the restoration, or refuse the request from the Sardinians. I mean, I feel like that we would probably not be pleased with somebody making a mockery of our culture. We are kind of arrogant in the sense that would be rather rude to mock the king in his own court. My vassal Mayor Ferrand takes a turn bending my ear before the assembled court. Glorious liege, give me the honor of maintaining the royal cavalry and looking to your steeds. I will not let you down. I suppose these jobs have to be done by somebody. Who is this? Mayor Ferrand of Samasi, Crusader. A blade master. Very well, you have the job. Keep our stables nice and tidy and clean of any horse droppings. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Cagliari. And apparently grave robbers again, because, well, if you have a physician, there's gonna be grave robbers. Ermengarde, just cut it off. Our business here is done, and look at this beautiful court. This is something to behold. I mean, take a look at all these fanciful knights and a chess set, a wonderful throne, just everything looking very nice. And King Tancred the Eloquent sitting upon his throne. What a glorious ruler he is. So let us continue, and we shall put up some ransoms because why not? Could use the money. And let us spend some of that money developing our county, so perhaps we can even upgrade our trade ports even higher. That seems like a pretty good idea. And I would like to increase development in Cagliari for now. So we do have that claim on Genoa, and I am tempted to work on that. Let us have a Duchess Rosalind come in first. She takes the knee, she kneels in deference, and she offers her oath to faithfully serve the kingdom. We bid the Duchess arise, and that is that. So, Genoa. Genoa. Well, we would like to get a claim on Looney, so we're going to throw one over there as well. But, I mean, Genoa, you are under considerable pressure by the Kingdom of Burgundy, Tuscany, and Lombardy. That is a major concern to us. At least Tuscany has split up once again, but still very worrying. We should probably do something about that. Let us send in our troops for what will hopefully be a peaceful... Oh, we cannot... Oh, we would get a penalty there. Well, we'll just wait just a little bit till we get our piety back there. We could go on a pilgrimage. Oh, why don't we do that? Let's go visit, holy crap, that's expensive. 450. That might be a little bit too expensive. Let us go visit the Pope in the Vatican. Tancred likes to spend money, but I don't think he wants to go all that way. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of God. Though I will not be gone for long, I pray for the well-being of the realm in my absence. I'm sure it'll be fine. It probably might actually be better off, honestly. So let's go on our little trip, just a short boat ride across, and then we shall be good. An unexpected encounter. As I am getting closer to the Vatican, I meet more and more fellow pilgrims, and one of them is King Sancho of Castile. Well, isn't that just wonderful? Our son-in-law. Yes, indeed, he is our son-in-law. What a happy coincidence. Let's come to my tent. We will drink. We will speak of holy matters, our great devotion, and drink. So here, I brought some wine from the hills of Sardinia. I even have a fancy goblet to drink it in. As you can see right here. Over here, my lord, my beneficiary Siddiqa waves me over with a wide grin. I have toiled many days and nights, and finally my work is done. She presents me with an object wrapped in cloth, and as I lift the fabric, my eyes grow wide. A ceremonial goblet of excellent craftsmanship. It is made of ivory with sapphire inserts. Wow. Famed pedestal item. This is quite the cup. Look at that. Vassal opinion +2, court grandeur bonus +3. It's pretty decent. I mean, the vassal opinion bonus isn't huge, but court grandeur, that's always nice. This is lovely. But more importantly, we can drink out of a really fancy cup with our new friend, the King of Castile. Let us put that up in our courts. Let us display that prominently, shall we? And we have walked to the Holy Path, and here at the Vatican, the bishop offers us blessings, and they actually offer us St. Matthew's kneecap. Wow. That is just awesome. His kneecap. We have walked the Holy Path. Perfect. Let us display this kneecap. Well, first we're going to display our very fancy cup. We keep it in close reach, just in case. And here, let's put up the kneecap as well. That isn't a kneecap, but hey, if you say it is game, then that's what it is. A ransom. Guillaume de Poitou is dear to me. Would you let him go for that much money? Yep. I don't even know who this guy is, but we will definitely let him go. It is good to be home. That was a fun pilgrimage. Really, really enjoyable. Made some friends, drank some good wine, altogether, pretty nice. And now we have the prestige and the favor of the Pope. So let us go and bring Genoa under our domain here, shall we? Let's raise up the armies over here. We'll raise them in the capital. And this probably won't take that long, I quite imagine. There we go. Don't need any mercenaries, nothing like that. Probably will not be necessary. We'll land in Monaco first off, and then we'll move on from there. Mercenary contract expiring. So be it. I don't think we'll need the mercenary as well. You know what? Let's another 300. Can't afford it. We'll do what we can with what we've got. I think we'll be fine. He doesn't have that many troops to spare. I don't know why he doesn't just accept our rulership here. Now keep in mind that this isn't a decision made by Tancred himself. This was one made by the combined will of Duke Marco and Mayor Luigi. Mayor Luigi being the most powerful among the various mayors of the realm, and Duke Marco being a very trade and influence-minded man himself, wants to gain more influence in this part of the realm so that his Corsican merchant ships can get the most money. So Tancred's just kind of going along with it at this point. So let's siege down Monaco. Nice, Tancred's finding a lot of good recruits. Ooh, look at this guy. Damn. He's a good Siculo Norman man. Yep, let's bring him in. He shall be one of our knights. And once the siege is done, we will come back and continue. Wait, we can imprison Queen Sybil? What? You're scheming against me? What are you... Oh, she wants to murder Ken Lachen. I mean, I don't blame you. His jokes are terrible. So, don't actually do it, but like, you know, if you just want to do it, I don't see anything wrong with that. All right, let's speed up time, and we'll come back once the siege is done. All right, we took Monaco there, and now we're going to go and deal with the bishop's troops themselves. The legendary Mound of Tortoli. For centuries, a small hill in Tortoli was long believed to be some kind of burial mound or final resting place of a long-gone legendary figure. Who this figure was, how they got there, varies greatly depending on who you ask. Some say it is a tomb of a great warrior who died defending their hometown against a monster or invading horde. Others say it is a holy man or woman who performed miracles. Yet others claim it is one for a revered ancestral monarch who was a just ruler. Regardless of who it was, if someone is even buried there, Ermengarde has recently taken interest in this hill after visiting it. Now, she has suggested that I spend some funds to erect a small shrine on the hill, where locals can pay their respects. Question is, who do I think is buried there, and would they deserve such an honor? I think that this is a shrine to celebrate the history of the Norman liberation of Sardinia. No doubt that was one of the great Norman warriors who fought and died there. That was a very easy fight. Nothing to... Yeah, they don't even have any knights. Tancred easily crushed their armies there. Oh, apparently our good friend King Sancho is fending off some rebels who want to take back the Kingdom of Navarre. Well, we will join you. let us just finish off with the Genoans here first. Then we will join you. And we can become a popular figurehead. I mean, who doesn't love King Tancred? Look at the guy. He's just you know, he's a great ruler. I don't think anybody can convince me otherwise. Okay, so there does seem to be a small issue. The Kingdom of Aquitaine has moved some troops here. They are involved in the war in Navarre here, but they seem to have avoided us for now, so that should be okay. We should get the siege here and end the war with Genoa fairly soon. And there it is. The war is done. We even captured the Prince Bishop in that war, but we will, you know, we will release you as a symbol of good faith. We don't have anything against the, you know, the bishop himself. We just need this land because it's an important part of our plans. And I think Tancred, who should be leading this army actually, I think Tancred is going to attempt to cut off the Aquitanian armies in order to assist our Castilian allies. So hopefully he will be able to catch up to them and maybe get a bit of a surprise attack on them. Perhaps they do not even know that we are coming. And here we go. It is Prince Tancred versus King Guilhelm of Aquitaine. Who will win this battle? Well, that we shall find out in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you want more of this Crusader Kings 3 content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. There will be more episodes in this series and in the Clan Sciarna playthrough coming out soon. Let me know in the comments what you think the next step after the conquest of Genoa should be. Should we look towards the county of Luni here? Or should we begin the conquest of Valencia once again? Let me know what you guys think. Until the next one, I have been Stray. You have all been absolutely wonderful, and I will see you in the next episode.